What's going on, Bulls Nation? Woo! Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guy, Big Dave. Bow. AWL Sports.
Give them what they want, Joe.
Our pal and producer, Joey Spath, is on the controls.
Bulls win! Again. Bulls win! Again, Joseph! Bulls win! Do it for Matt! Bulls win! Do it for his nieces! Bulls win! Do it for your family! Bulls win! Do it for my family! Bulls win! Do it for everybody out there. Merry Christmas. Bulls win! Let's go!
Bam. We are CHGO_Bulls.
Woo!
Our guy, Will the Go Gottlieb, will join us from the United Center later on tonight's postgame show.
Your hat for your nieces.
Damn right I did. Damn right I did.
Joey wasn't ready. He was not ready for the hat throw.
Dude, we are at about 15 hours.
No, I'm just saying that
from niece time.
I think you have broken
Let's
your
do
record.
this postgame show and get the hell out of here.
I'm just saying, I think you've broken your record by earliest hat throw in a show. I don't think you've ever thrown it that early, man. We're going to check the stats on that, but I think that's a record. I'm very proud of you, Matt.
And not out of anger.
And not out of anger. Out of actual joy and happiness, as it should be, ladies and gentlemen.
You have joy and happiness, too.
I do, Matt.
Because the Bulls won their third straight game and 8th of their last 11.
Well, let's be fair. I'm always full of joy and happiness, but I have it more than usual because of the Chicago Bulls winning.
114-95 is the final over the lowly San Antonio Spurs.
Closing that gap on that 500.
Look, this was not a pretty game tonight.
No.
The Bulls, after having a tying season-high 18 made threes last night, come into tonight and are ice cold. I believe they were 1 of 14 beyond the arc in the first half. They've managed to hit a few in the second half, but still finished just 7 of 28 from downtown, 25%, and just looked like a lethargic, fatigued team.
Yes.
Which is acceptable and fine when you're playing the second night of a back-to-back. You're playing the third game in 4 nights. The Bulls have played more games than any other team in the NBA up to this point in the season schedule. You're allowed to be tired when those are the circumstances. If the Bulls are actually going to start turning themselves into a team that they want to take themselves seriously and they want us fans to take seriously, then you have to be good enough to beat inferior opponents when you're tired and when you're not shooting well. Yeah. And that's what they managed to do in the second half of this game.
Yes, it was an NBA win. And what I mean by that is it was a good team that played bad, but then said, it's time for bed, kids. Time for bed. No, it's past 9, guys. Brush your teeth. Get your baths out. Get upstairs. We're coming to tuck you in. Papa Kobe's coming to tuck you in. All right? Put you to sleep. Right. Matt knows the drill. He's been there. All right? It's time for bed, man. And that's why I like so much. Because you're right, man. It was an ugly game, especially that first half. Ugly game. You can see that they were definitely playing off of back-to-back. I like how just that emotional game, Kendall Gill talked about it as well. Like still dealing with that emotion. Shout out Jason Goff. Shout out Kendall Gill. Dealing with that emotion, still dealing with it off of that Philly game and definitely off of that Laker game. But it's a back-to-back. And nobody looks the same in a back-to-back. I don't care who you are. And they showed in that first half, especially shooting 7% from the three-point line in the first half, man. It was like, what? Oh, my goodness. We talked about this in pregame, how you're not going to stay this hot. It's not going to be that way. But then they said, okay, we're tired of playing around. Let's get to this fourth quarter. And fourth quarter, Coby White is the best version of Coby White, man. He gets to that fourth quarter. And again, I complimented him on this many times, Matt, his ability to forget what he has done has just paid dividends for Coby White. He forgot how he shot in that first 3 quarters. It didn't matter. He got to that fourth, he was pulling from half court. It didn't matter, dog. Cash, paper, money. That's all 3 of them threes, how they went in, just like that. Oh, wonderful to see Coby be that way. Wonderful to see the Bulls be this way. Knowing how to close, learning how to close and finish on teams to the point where Billy actually put in the reserves with 2 minutes left. Oh my God, that is a monumental thing. Billy don't do that, and we were begging him to do it, but he actually did it this time. Maybe he'll do it with 3 minutes left sometime. We got a little more trust. We'll see. But yeah, good win. Good win. Ugly game. Good win.
Matt gets buckets in the comments saying, Coby White, Coby White, Coby freaking White.
That's what it be.
I mean, even on a night when the Bulls as a team shoot terribly, 2 of 6.
Yes.
Timely threes. Timely threes and timely buckets in the fourth. Maybe the Coby bucket of the night was in the third quarter when he had that switch on Wemby. And he hit him with that little stutter step hezzy move and just whoop right past him to the rack for an easy lay-in. It was beautiful. But, it harkens back to what we were discussing recently with the evolution of Coby's offensive game.
Yes.
And the game slowing down for him.
Yes.
And how he can just read the situation and then use his improved ball handling and decision-making skills in real time to get the best shot possible for either himself or a teammate. We saw it on that awesome one-on-one against Wemby in the third. But then in the fourth, when it was like this, it was 77-70 going to the fourth. The Spurs were still hanging around.
Yes, they were.
In a game when neither team was playing particularly well.
Yes.
And then Coby and DeMar in the fourth quarter were like, let's just get some buckets and end this.
That's it.
And they made it look so simple. They're like, okay, we've been dragging our asses for 3 quarters.
Right, yeah.
Everyone here is tired, but we know that we're better than this team. Let's go get some buckets. And that's what Coby and DeMar did.
You know what was great about Coby's stat line, Matt, is he was 10 of 15 shooting, but 2 of 6 from the three-point line.
Right.
So that means the shots that he was missing were from the three-point line.
He was 8 of 9 inside the arc.
Wild, man. That man was out there cooking and feeling good. And, again, doing it in a myriad of ways, man. You mentioned that move on Wemby. He did that previously in San Antonio when they played him. He put a move like that on him and went off with that wrong foot layup and scored on him like that. He enjoys getting them out there on at the three-point line because he knows he's got the speed and the handles to kind of get by him. And he definitely showcased it. And oh, my God, it was just great to see Coby take over, saying, no, this is mine. I got this. And you're right, DeMar is just DeMar. It's nothing else to say about DeMar DeRozan, man. Even in the game where he was 9 of 15, which is still freaking spectacular.
Yeah, that's last I checked, pretty efficient.
But he scored 21. He had 21 points. But it was the 5 assists that I thought that really did it because he only went to the line twice. But his assist numbers have really, truly picked up. We should do a breakdown on his assist numbers of those first 19 games and now these next 11 and see what that looks like. But everybody in that starting lineup was in the plus. Everybody was in the plus on that starting lineup. And who was the only people in the negative? Let's see, Terry Taylor and Julian
played
Phillips.
a minute, and then Julian Phillips, who played 4 minutes.
Right, you know? So everybody was doing what they were supposed to be doing, including Dayton Terry, who's a plus 11. But everybody was doing what they were supposed to be doing out there, man.
Yeah.
And the guys, your stars, ended it in that fourth quarter and said, guys, it's time for bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even on a night when offensively not everything is humming, the Bulls still put 4 of their 5 starters in double figures. Caruso, the 5th starter, has 8.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 more, Drummond and Dosunmu, in double figures off the bench. So 6, nearly 7 in double figures when we've, in this recent stretch of a equal opportunity offense, seen a lot of 7, 8 scorers in double figures on a pretty consistent basis. Even on a night when shots aren't falling for most of the game, you still manage that, and it's nice to see.
It is.
Vuce had an off night. I don't really want to talk about it. It's gross. It was he managed a few I think it was maybe the third quarter when he had consecutive buckets in the paint, 3 consecutive buckets in the paint that went in, and I was shocked to see 3 Vuce bunnies in a row go in. He did manage double figures, but not efficiently. I think, behind Coby and DeMar doing their thing, and obviously, when we talk about the bench in a minute, we'll touch on Drummond. But when it comes to the starters, you got to give Pat his flowers tonight, too, for the game he played.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely, man.
18 points on 7 of 11.
Sexy.
2 of 4 from downtown.
Attractive.
And some of those Pat moves where we have been frustrated when Pat turns down threes because it leads to something bad.
Yes.
I saw Pat turn down a couple of threes tonight that looked like a good open look at a three, and instead he put the ball on the floor, but then actually made something good happen.
Yes.
There was one, I think, where he dribbled the ball off his foot, and you're like, classic Pat.
Correct.
But there were other moments where he either got to the paint or just like confidently rose up and knocked down like a little 15-foot mid-range.
Yeah.
But like made him look good and confident. Like DeMar mid-range kind of confident.
Yes.
So
Thank you
if
for
that's
saying
if that is the result of Pat turning down a three, turn down an okay look for a better look, fine. But I feel like we haven't seen that consistently from Pat. When he turns down a good look at an open three and turns it into something better or just as good. We've usually seen him turn down an open look at a three to watch something then bad happen.
No, you're absolutely right.
Tonight, it was turn down a three, okay, made something good out of it.
And I think Colin says it best. He's smooth. That's the game that we're seeing develop now from Patrick Williams. It's smooth now, and it's just cool. It's easy. The DeMar DeRozan effect, you see it so much in his mid-range game. You just see it. And you can see DeMar told him, man, you just get you a shot, all right? Just get you – where do you want it on the floor? Get to that spot and then score, because that's what DeMar does. He gets to his spots on the floor, and then he scores from there, and there's nothing you can do about it. I think that's what Pat is kind of developing here, that nothing you can do about it thing. Because it's as my friend just said, it's becoming close to automatic as of late. From that mid-range, from Pat, that free throw line extended jumper that he's taking. It is so pretty. It's just a couple dribbles to get there, and then he rises up. The one that stood out for me the most was the one on Wemby. Again, twice. Mentioning Wemby on here. Because it was kind of a broken play, and he made the move to go inside, and he stopped, and he faded while he was jumping. So Wemby couldn't block that shot. And on that fade, he just put that touch on it, splash. You know, and it was just sexy. Oh, my God, it was so attractive. And that's what I like to see. And it was just truly awesome watching him come into his own in these kind of situations, Matt. He started hitting his threes also later in the game as well, and then punctuated it all with that fake when he went up late in the fourth quarter when the game was over, fake with the left hand dribble to the lane, go up, and he dunked it on everyone. It was a fun to watch, man, and just an efficient game as well, along with the 4 rebounds, the 2 assists, the steal, and the block. This is what we talked about, what stuff that we thought he could do was fill up stat sheets. We knew he had this stuff in him, and this is why it's exciting to talk about, because we knew this is why we always was mad about it, because we knew. We were like, dude, he got this in him. We need him to get it out, pull it out, man. So to see it come out and to start seeing it consistently, because that's what we kept saying a few games ago. You got to see it more consistent. Got to see it more consistent. The game that he had in the first quarter or the first half, Matt, was what we used to watch him do. And he didn't stay there. And that's the difference. He found out what wasn't working and went and flipped some things and then got more involved in the offense. Tried to go up and dunk on a couple people a couple times, you know, got off of that steal. He tried to go up for his dunk and he got fouled, man. So seeing him do it in a variety of ways is just very exciting and very smooth.
Jeremy Scott in the comments saying, now you see what happens when P. Will has more shot opportunities. Shrug emoji. Gio agreeing with you. That dunk by Pat was nice.
Yes.
Vanilla Chill. Pat being better without Zach. Why am I not surprised? Colin. Pat looks smooth. P. Will supporter.
Wait, he's back. Of course you're back.
P. Will getting love from CHGO. The rough times all for this.
Shout out.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I thought he was never. Vivi said he was never coming back. Never coming back.
828 Lawson saying Pat's still working on that handle. Got to get with that coach dribbled too much. Yeah, he did have some handling issues tonight, as we know he always does. But
I'm happy to see you, P. Will supporter.
Hey, P. Will supporter. I mean, if not tonight,
not tonight, then when? Right? If not tonight, then when? Welcome, sir.
Also,
welcome.
One of his earliest comments, P. Will supporter I saw said, if Pat had this opportunity in front of him regularly, he would be averaging 25 a game. So,
not going to bring me down.
There's still room to exaggerate.
Sorry, not going to
be hyperbolic.
That's right. Not going to bring me down. I'm happy he is growing and looking better and smoother and more confident and comfortable in his game.
Yeah.
The non-hesitation threes that he's taking now. Like, all that stuff means something. Going up for those rebounds now. He's getting 4 and I'm excited. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because before it was like 1 or 2. So I'm enjoying it, man. And I can't wait to watch more.
Charles saying Pat needs to practice more finishing with that left hand. It's noticeable how he's not comfortable with it. Yeah, we saw a couple times tonight.
Yeah.
Go trying, he doesn't really have the aerial acrobatics and or English finesse kind of elite skill to add to that finishing package.
Right.
Not to say that might not come at some point later on in Pat's career, because you sometimes when you called it at one point tonight when he was in one of those transition opportunities, and the chase down defender could just read exactly every movement that Pat was making, going up in preparation for a rise for either a layup or a dunk, and Pat drew the foul and got to the free throw line, but it's still there's a lot, I think, that's predictable with Pat's robotic finishing package right now.
That's very true.
He's got to work on that. But we're just pointing out opportunity for growth.
Yes.
After a game in which we're all pretty pleased with the way Pat played.
Correct. Cover them layups, though. Went up.
Let's take our first break. We'll come back, continue breaking down tonight's win. We got to talk about Drummond, of course.
Oh, got to talk about
the Andre Drummond experience in full effect tonight. We'll get to more of y'all's thoughts and also hear from our buddy Willie Gottlieb later on. While we're sharing these words from our friends and sponsors, you know what to do.
Tell them.
Hit that thumbs up button.
Do it for who?
Do it for Joseph.
There it is.
So he doesn't put your thumb in a jar.
That's right. They will go right in the jar.
Just click the one on your phone or on your computer.
That's right.
It's way easier that way. And make sure, of course, you also subscribe to CHGO Sports YouTube channel if you aren't already.
Yes.
Tonight's CHGO Bulls Postgame brought to you by Factor Meal Kits.
Food.
I love these things, man.
They are awesome.
They've been sending them to us for the last couple months now. These meals, delicious, good for you, super easy on the go. This bustling holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, flavorful meals to fuel you on those jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door.
Yeah.
You'll save time and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all of your holiday to-do list. Who's got time for meal prepping, especially this time of year?
Who got it?
There are a couple of big meals if you're getting a family gathering together.
Sure.
Putting all the effort into that. What about the other, 8, 10 dozen meals?
That's right.
In your week?
There it is.
Factor's there for you. It's also not just for dinner. Count on extra convenience any time of day with an assortment of 55 add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. You can choose from quick breakfast items, lunch on the go items, grab and go snacks, ready to drink cold pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. Delicious. By the way, my most recent delivery from Factor included not only their smoothies, which are delicious.
They are.
Tropical fruit flavor, mango flavor, the classic strawberry banana. I also got some of their shakes. And they're delicious. Some of them are just chocolate banana flavored protein shakes, and then some of them are cold chocolate latte flavor that have also a little bit of caffeine punch in them. So depending on what you're looking for, a smoothie on the go, just a little protein shake before or after a workout, or a protein shake with a little bit of caffeinated punch in it. I was drinking those on my way to the office a couple of times last week. Amazing and delicious. Seriously, y'all, Factor has everything you need with quick and easy meal prep. I also recently got my folks on board. Shout out to Mom and Papa Peck.
On board.
Some of Factor's newest customers, and they are pleased. Head to factormeals.com/CHGO CHGO Bulls 50 and use that same code as your promo code, CHGO Bulls 50 to get 50% off your first factor order. That's code CHGO Bulls 50 at factormeals.com/CHGO Bulls 50 to get 50% off.
Oh, it's awesome. Beer.
I love it.
That's what it is. Oh, and as I look around at everyone's container, if you notice that everyone here has got the juicy.
Joey's got a juicy.
Joey Juicy over there. Joey Juicy over there. Hit me, Joey. One more time for Joey Juicy. Oh, it's the Goose Island Beer Company. CHGO is supported by the Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago's beer since the Jordan year. That is 1980. I like it. No, they got the variety of beers. The 312 Wheat Ale, the classic. The Full Pocket Pilsner, the Bad Day favorite. The Beer Hug family, which we're sipping on right here. And, of course, the Oktoberfest. Oh, it's in full effect. As long as it's winter outside and daylight savings is in full effect, then it's Oktoberfest beer time. You see the shoulders. So grab an ultra fresh exclusive beer at the Goose Island Original Brew House from their tap room on Fulton Street in West Town. It's the Goose Island Beer Company, y'all. Chicago's beer, the true taste of Chicago.
True taste of
Real
Chicago.
quick, we do have an $100 super
I was gonna
chat.
say I saw
you
a big old super chat from our guy the Duke.
What up, Duke?
$100 super chat. Duke, we love and appreciate you. 'Twas 3 nights before Christmas and all through the city, we fans are still happy with wins that ain't pretty.
Hey.
Number 0 is him. Don't need Zach anymore. Now we have Coby White to score. CHGO always gives me a grin. I can't get enough of hearing Big Dave scream, Bulls win!
Bulls win! There you go.
The Duke.
I can't get enough of hearing it myself.
Just
More.
off the cuff poetry.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, why not?
Holiday themed poetry. Also, I love this little exchange in the comments after that super chat.
Okay.
Alex Turk saying, "How's the wife, Duke?" And Duke's response, "Unsatisfied as usual."
Duke. Oh, Duke.
You know what? I don't believe him. I don't believe
man.
you, Duke. I'm sure you keep your wife very satisfied.
Oh, Duke, you a fool.
in all various ways. And you know what? Give her a Goose Island.
Oh, Duke, you are hilarious.
It'll always help.
Give her a Goose Island. The Goose Island will do it.
Can't hurt.
Can't hurt. Yeah, you're right.
Can't hurt.
You know, so we'll see.
Johnny in the comments, Drummond played with pure brute force and some finesse. Some of his finishes were shocking to him and all of us.
Fair.
Dave, thoughts on Drummond tonight?
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, God. Drummond played well. He was the best center for the Bulls tonight. And I like that Billy realized it. That's what I like more than anything. That he recognized Drummond should be out here more.
Cut Vooch's minutes.
Yeah.
Vooch has been playing well 30-plus pretty much every game this season.
Right.
Vooch only ended up playing 27 tonight. Drummond played 19.
Right. And that's how it should be, at least this game. It should definitely be that way. And when you're going up against a guy like Wembanyama, and even though he wasn't guarding him like that, it was more going up against Zach Collins. But even with Wembanyama on the floor, you want to put somebody with some size out there. Somebody who can, won't make it easy for him and put a little hurting on him if he tries to go up inside or if he's going up for a rebound. You got to make him feel you when he's out there. Drummond is that guy for that. You can't box him out. It's really tough to do. Really excellent offensive rebounder. When he gets to moving that body, oh my goodness. And also he can get some steals too, man, which is something interesting. Like, he will get steals for you.
As somebody just mentioned it in the comments, how does it end in the comments? Drummond, 5 steals tonight.
That's what I'm talking about, man. He can do
From
that.
your backup center.
He can do that, man. So all the points, the free throw shooting, which has been solid as well. Like, he's just playing so much better, and I like that Billy is giving him more time, and he's earning it. Like, I know he's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He's God, but he's earning these minutes, man. Like, it's been few and far between. He kicked one off early where he pulled a Drummond early, Ooh, but he reeled it in and pulled it together and really took it to Zach Collins, especially. Like, you're too small to even be out here trying to compete with me, young fella. And then he let him have it, man. And he played a really, 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 really excellent game tonight.
We talked in pregame about how this Bulls team in this last 10-game stretch where they went 7-3 went from being a bottom third offensive rebounding team in the NBA to being number one in offensive rebounding percentage.
Yeah.
The Bulls did not have a ton of offensive boards tonight. 4 for Drummond.
Wow.
We talked in pregame about how the Bulls collectively were gang offensive rebounding. You see Ayo, Caruso, Coby, anybody, Torrey Craig before he got hurt, hustling in and making things happen with just effort and athleticism on the offensive glass. And it wasn't that tonight, but it was still Drummond.
It was still Drummond.
Still Drummond grabbing 4 boards of his 8 total.
Still DRE. And 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Every time he goes up there, man, I say it all the time. I just want 1 or 2. Every time he goes up there. But his free throws have been solid these past few games, man. He's playing much better, and he's playing much more solid, and he deserves the playing time. And a plus 17 also, a team leading plus 17 for Drummond. So he deserved the playing time and being out there for sure.
I mean, that, like, on a night like tonight, and Drummond had an awesome game. Vooch had a subpar game.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the Bulls as a team shot horribly tonight. We already covered that. Vooch, 0 of 7 from downtown tonight.
Dude, he missed him off the side of the
missed him from the corners, missed him from the break, missed him from the top of the key.
Yeah, man.
Didn't matter where Vooch was shooting from tonight.
It was tough.
He missed everything.
It was tough.
There are those in Bulls Nation who are bold enough in their opinions, and respect to them, who have said in various lulls of Vooch's performances, start Andre Drummond.
Don't do this.
I feel like those kind of people would make themselves known again tonight, and I feel like I saw 1 or 2 in the comments earlier suggesting something along those lines.
Don't do it. Guys, enjoy what's happening, okay? Just enjoy what's happening. Let Vooch continue to start. Some people, as I keep saying, some people just feel better and play better coming off the bench. Let Andre Drummond find out he's a starting center when a team pays him that contract next year, because he's going to be deserving of more money if he's going to keep playing like this. So he most likely won't be here, but he deserves a final check because he's 29 years old, or maybe he's 30
I think
now.
he's
I don't know his
30 now.
birthday, but
younger than Vooch by a couple years.
Yeah, and
everyone sees Drummond as this like 45-year-old man playing in the NBA
correct. So him, basically, for me, this is a final big payday for him, and I hope he gets it.
Yeah.
If he's going to continue playing this way. But, man, no. Just allow him to continue to dominate and beat up these second-string centers. And it's doing wonders for the Chicago Bulls, man. It is really helping them in that second unit because they're developing that chemistry with him also out there. So he's a guy you bounce that into, he's going up to dunk it. Vooch is a more finesse. You know what I mean? We get all that, but Vooch is the starting center, all right? It shouldn't be a debate about it. It really shouldn't. I know he's playing better recently, but it shouldn't be a debate about it. Don't throw off the vibe. You're what, 8 and 3? Am I right about that? 8 and 3 in your last 11?
8 and 3 in your last 11.
What are you messing with, guys? Like, leave it alone. Let it be cool. Enjoy what's going on.
Our guy Mark K in the comments said, "How do you kill the recent good vibes benching Vooch, who has been fine for Drummond?"
Yeah.
People in the comments differing. Sparta X saying, "Why don't you try? Where's your courage? Put Drummond in as a starter."
You're 8 and 3.
P. Will Supporters believes in splitting the minutes, reminding people that Vooch is shooting 27% from 3. Yeah, it's 0-7 tonight. He has not been great. Vanilla Chill, meanwhile, saying Drummond starting isn't a good idea. Vooch still better long term. Well, I mean, I think that the balance tonight was fine. And yeah, Vooch didn't have a great night tonight. Didn't really have a great night last night either. I think he was like 4 of 13.
Yeah.
What you're doing right now is working.
Yeah.
So stick with what's working, I guess.
Stick with what's working. It's working.
Don't ruin the vibes. Speaking of don't ruin the vibes.
Yeah.
Our guy Jelly, shout out.
Shout out.
Loyal viewer, long time. Always in the comments. said he sent a DM to Joey saying, "Hey Joey, send this to Matt. Lurking packs confirmed."
No, he also sent that to you on Instagram, though.
Oh, he did?
But I was assuming you hadn't seen it, so I
haven't
forwarded it
opened
again.
Instagram since I got to work today. He took a screenshot of when the broadcast, flashed to the Reinsdorf owner's box.
Yeah, I
And,
remember.
Horace was in there again. Tony was in there.
Uh-huh.
And then lurking in the corner was Lex Luthor.
Yes.
There it is. Joey's pulling it up
Look
on
at
the screen. What? I am finally enjoying myself as a Bulls fan again. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm not letting myself fully dive into the pool. I've got like one ankle deep in the pool of Bulls fan enjoyment right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why you got to ruin it with pictures of John Paxson?
Well, because they know you, Matt.
Don't do that to me.
They know you.
Wait, you just trying to yank my chain?
That's all.
Trying to get me all riled up?
That's what he's doing. And it worked. It worked. Also, I see a fake Big Dave floating around out here.
What? We got a fake
saw that too,
Big
yeah.
Dave in the comments?
Yeah, you see that? You see that, Joe? It's the fake Big Dave running around out here, man.
Oh my God, Big Dave. Now
Look
the
at
young
him.
guys
There
are
he
getting
is.
sick. Who is this fake Big Dave? Who?
Picture, by the way, the picture is from.
I know it.
See Dave Cracks. So that's from the. I think from the
That's
150
points.
Yeah, because you were standing off to the side after you tipped your chair.
I remember it well. See, that's when people don't see. I found out. I've learned something about Bulls fans when they talk about my yelling.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm yelling and I'm happy as shit. Oh, they got a problem. All right. But when I'm yelling and I'm angry as hell, oh, yeah, we love that. 150 points.
There's
Zach LaVine being trash. Things going wrong and the Bulls are ass. Yay. Excited because the Bulls are winning? A little too much.
As one of
Get the hell outta
one
here.
of your favorites, LeVar Ball would say, Dave, stay in your lane.
Yes, right.
Angry yelling is my thing.
It's true.
Happy yelling is your thing.
Yeah, but they don't like the happy. Some, let me say not y'all. Yeah. Some don't like the happy, but they enjoy the angry. Let me tell you, it's all me. So you're going to get them all.
This is true.
Let me just tell you, you're getting it all. Baby.
Charlie's literally saying that's my favorite episode ever. 150 points.
150 points.
LMFAO, still great. Still comedic gold.
Don't worry, I'm going to keep being me, baby. It won't stop. Don't you worry about that.
I don't think anyone ever doubted that.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's journey on. Any thoughts on the rest of the? I thought Ayo had a pretty solid game off the bench tonight. Got to give him some love.
He's just been so consistent, man.
Just solid,
super consistent.
5 of 8, knocked down 1 of his 4 3-point attempts.
Yeah,
grabbed a couple boards. Again tonight, just like he did last night, played some very respectable defense.
Correct.
Ayo just loves hounding people.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure to watch him play defense.
Yeah,
he also, I feel, in his rookie year and then even still into last year, had those young NBA player just kind of face palm fouls where it's an engaged player who wants to be making a name for himself and earning minutes on the defensive end first and foremost.
Yeah,
who is doing too much.
Yeah.
And then getting themselves into trouble with just dumb, unnecessary fouls.
Yeah.
I feel this version of Ayo that we're seeing defensively this year has that same level of locked-in intensity, but he's eliminating those unnecessary fouls, and it's just good, clean defense. He's not biting as much. He's staying down, and he's still contesting.
I think you hit it right on the head, man. And that just came with time and growth and knowing exactly what role is best for him and where he's comfortable at. So he definitely found his comfort and is coming off the bench, for the Bulls and hitting those spot minutes. And, he knows that game within the game so darn well, knowing how to get the rebound and start the break, when to put that defense on a couple of those guys, because we've seen it quite a few times. He is locking cats up out here, man, and they don't like it because he is a problem to guard. To be that size of 6'4", 6'5", but also still have the long arms with it, man, dog, he is an absolute problem. So, yeah, he's maturing into just a true NBA professional, a real NBA pro, And I'm glad he's doing it here in a Bulls uniform, man. It's fun to see. And then the shooting you mentioned, the three-point shooting just getting better. You saw he hit his three. He's running back down the court, giving a three-point sign as he's going back down. That confidence is growing in him, man. The confidence is growing in the young guys. It just brings me nothing but joy and excitement. I promise you.
Your evil twin, Big Dave, in the comments saying Ayo is playing like rookie Ayo, fearless. Vo saying Ayo rocked Jeremy Sohan. Johnny, Ayo is an incredible defender. He has that Caruso in him. Sparta X also leaning on that Caruso teammate thought, saying Ayo is learning with defending God, Alex Caruso. D-Law So 23 saying Ayo, Chicago's very own. I mean, it is, wondering what was going to happen this offseason with Coby and Ayo, thinking there's no way both of them come back, right? Ayo only signed, the 2-year deal as a second-round draft pick instead of something longer than that. Coby looking like an odd man out. They both end up coming back on new contracts, 3-year deals, and they both are finding what looks to be a good role for them on this team. There were those 2 games in a row where Ayo started when, of course, Zach's out, Caruso's out, Billy's shorthanded, and he struggled in those 2 games he started. He goes back to the bench, and seems like he's really thriving in that role.
Yeah, he really is, Matt, and that's what you wanted Ayo to find. It's just where he was comfortable at. You knew the talent was there. You knew the IQ was there.
Yeah.
And you knew the skill was there. Where are you more comfortable is what you needed to find. He can start for you. I'm not saying he can't do that. He could definitely do that. But it just feels like his comfort level is that guy coming off the bench and being, an annoyance and a nuisance to the other team as far as defensively, but still being able to get to the corner and score for the Bulls offensively when that offense is in a lull. He can feel when a lull is happening, and then you'll see him just get the ball and take it and go and create for himself and say, let me get to this mid-range to get this shot up. Let me swing this ball around. Maybe I get it back for this three-pointer from the corner. Like, he's really doing an excellent job of knowing how to find himself on the floor, but that also helps everyone around him, because once he hits those shots, Matt, he gets everything back. Like scoring when the team isn't scoring gives them time to find themselves. So he's doing a great job of that, man. Like, yeah, he's a professional. Like, he is just a straight up and down professional NBA player, and he plays for the Bulls.
Colin calling in the comments saying maybe we should sign Coby and Ayo to multi-year deals. Oh, wait, we did.
Done.
P. Will supporter, man, I hope this is a joke. They got cheap deals, Coby and Ayo, because you're going to have to pay P. Will the max.
Here he is. You just can't keep it cool.
I hope that's a joke. Okay. Like the figure we talked about in the offseason when there was not much to talk about, and somebody was mentioning, I think it was Zach Lowe on his Low Post Pod, talking about like P. Will wanting $20 million a year annually, whatever.
I remember.
If the Bulls do sign Pat to an extension this coming summer, 5 years, $100 million, $20 million a year. Even if it's 4 years, $100 million.
Yeah.
25 year. That's not a max.
Yeah. It's not.
That's not a max deal.
No. And he shouldn't get one, but
it's just a good contract for a good role player on an NBA team.
Yeah, he should definitely get his money. All right? Because we said go earn that contract. We said that a million times.
Keep earning it.
Go earn it. Go get what you feel you deserve and keep playing that way. You see him doing it, man. You see him doing it.
All right, let's take our second break, and then we'll come back. Get to some super chats.
Yeah.
Hopefully hear from our guy, Will the Go Gottlieb.
Yeah.
As we bask in the glory of this Bulls 3-game winning streak. We had a 4-game winning streak, and then we dropped a couple. And now I got a 3-game winning streak. Now I'm confused.
I'm not.
You know what I'm not confused about?
Tell me.
The incredible deals for those of you looking for a new vehicle
at
Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Ray.
Are you in the market for a new vehicle? If you are, we've got great news. Because our partner, Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Fox Lake, is making room on their lot for incoming 2024 vehicles. You know what that means? You'll be able to shop incredible savings on every new vehicle in stock during their limited time Wrap Up the Year sales event. For a limited time, get up to 15% off new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokees with dealer discount. I got a soft spot in my heart for Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Do you?
First car I ever drove, car I learned to drive on.
Yeah.
It's a 1995 white Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Wow.
It was like the kid car of our family.
Wow.
Me, my brother, my sister, we drove that thing to shit. Kept us safe, though. Reliable. Drove the wheels off it. Kept us safe.
All three of y'all got a turn?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Didn't have it in mind.
At Ray CDJR, you'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's best and largest inventories and drive home with more money in your pocket than you'd expect thanks to that Ray price promise. You know what it is.
Tell 'em.
The price you see on their website.
Right.
The price you pay when you go to the dealership and say, hey, I want this car for this price. No games, no hidden fees. Ray price promise. Car, keys, money. Done. That's not all. Just for listening, you get a free oil change when you mention CHGO at the service center or mention CHGO when you book online at RayCDJR/service. I'm assisting you with your oil change. Hurry in. You must book before December 31st, 2023. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you've got to check out the team at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram because they're the only team we recommend. Visit them today. Route 12 in Fox Lake. For more information, visit RayCDJR in Fox Lake or raycdjr.com. Serving the community since 1963.
Trace.
Dave, you know who else serves the community?
You know, I wonder who you're going to tell me who serves the community, man. Tell me.
ComEd.
That is true.
ComEd serves the community.
And you know what, Matt?
What?
That is very true. That means it's getting easier for businesses to switch to electric vehicles for one of those many reasons. It's something that we all can get behind for the health of the planet and for the well-being of all of us, including Joyce Mathis, who share it.
That's right, Dave. The electric grid is evolving to meet your cleaner energy needs as we all move with confidence towards an electric tomorrow.
In stores in 2 weeks.
Whether you have one delivery van or a whole fleet of shipping trucks,
George Fast.
like we know Lisa does.
Oh, Lisa's got the
ComEd
trucks.
can help guide you to make the changes that make sense.
So what should business owners do?
Let me tell you, Dave.
Please.
Go to ComEd.com/clean to learn more about the resources, fleet rebates, and infrastructure incentives available to help businesses go electric. If you own a business, 1, good for you. Props, kudos. That's dope. 2, don't wait. Start making your plan today to switch to electric vehicles. Good for business. Good for the planet. Good for George and Lisa. Good for us all.
That's right.
Go to ComEd.com/clean.
Did you say ComEd.com/clean?
That's right, Dave. Go now and see how going electric connects us to a better way of doing business and a better future for generations to come.
Sounds good to me.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it, though?
Isn't it?
Joe, while we wait for our guy Will to go Gottlieb, why don't we knock out some super chats? And also, would you mind telling us how many are watching and how many likes we have before we dive into these super chats?
We currently have 567 people
Let's go.
watching
Sounds good.
and 154 likes. So
Not
that
good enough.
Give it to me, baby.
could be much
me more.
better. Could be a lot better. Let's get that number up to like
get that number up.
300 would be great.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
we need them
At least.
thumbs. Let's get them thumbs,
Should we
baby.
give them an incentive like a tankathon spin? Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot what we're doing.
No
now.
need. Winning is what we own. And tell them why, Joey. What's winning?
Winning is fun.
Hey, that's it. Super chat me.
Super chats, Matthias Sitch.
It's Matthias.
Matthias.
Thank you. That's
Sitch.
my boy.
Little Nepotiz.
Yo-Yo Ma's cousin.
Matthias Sitch. I need another happy hat throw and emphatic.
There you go.
Can't read. Emphatic Bulls win before heading to sleep with it being 12:30 in Argentina. Come on, guys.
There's your hat throw, my guy.
Joey,
Hold on. Now I got to find the graphic. There's a lot of graphics here.
take your time.
Argentina.
There we go. And mark it down for the second hat throw of the night. Lewis. Big Dave is the real tribal chief. Let's go, Bulls.
The real tribal chief.
That's a wrestling reference.
Acknowledge.
Checks out.
Big Dave, I acknowledge you.
I was like,
Thank you,
Dave,
Joey's practice.
I didn't know you were part Native American.
Actually, I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I really am.
Matthew Ray.
Choctaws.
If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Pat's a superstar in the making. I never left P-Will Island. Never even thought of it. Never will. I've been defending him in these comments for the past 2 years, and I ain't going anywhere.
Oh, I thought of it.
Good
I
for
didn't
you,
go.
Matthew Ray.
I didn't leave, but I definitely thought.
I had, I had said earlier, I have one leg ankle deep in the Bulls positive vibe fan pool
Yes,
right now.
I remember.
I had 1 foot in my canoe getting ready to paddle away from Patrick Williams Island earlier this season. I didn't, but man, I was halfway in that canoe, ready to go. I had Wilson nestled safely in the back seat. I was ready to go.
It's like you are in your canoe, couple feet off the shoreline. Me and Dave are sitting on the shore trying to start a fire, and Mark K is flying overhead, getting ready to drop a massive bomb.
Mark K was napalming that island.
Me and Big Dave are
tiny, peaceful
We're rubbing
island.
sticks together, just trying to watch Patrick Williams highlights.
right.
Mark
That
K
island wasn't hurting anybody.
wipes us off.
That's right.
Jay Bliggity.
Bliggity.
If P. Will starts finishing in traffic, he'll be a bit dangerous. LOL. You could see the tutelage of DeMar starting to bear fruit.
True.
And Ayo, forget about it.
Forget about it. Jay Bliggity.
Good use to forget about it.
No Bliggity. No.
Wags,
Wags, what's up, man? Long time no see.
this team isn't winning a chip, but for 1.5 years at least, I've been begging for a team that is at least fun to watch and root for, and they are giving me that. It's refreshing.
Yeah,
That.
only one team wins the chip, baby.
All of that.
But you can still play well.
I mean, honestly, that's how I felt in this stretch of games. Like I can't deny that it is a more fun team to watch.
Come on, Matt.
And a team that, as a fan, like, what do you want to see every night as a Bulls fan? You want to see effort,
Yes.
and competent basketball.
Yes.
Those two things. And if those two things lead you to being a competitive team, a playoff team, a team that even makes a deep playoff, great. Those are all the cherries on the sundae, and ideally the biggest and brightest cherry on top is competing for a championship.
Yes.
What had myself and I think a lot of Bulls fans dejected, down and out, and angry through the first 20-some games is that it wasn't competent basketball and we saw no effort.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock a team that is showing his effort and competent basketball.
That's right. But he can't root fully for him. That's why he got the ankle in that joint.
Ankle
That's
deep,
why
baby.
he can't.
Ankle
But I'm
deep.
all immersed in it, baby. Splash. I'm in there. Cannonball.
George Spathis.
George!
Oh.
George gets a hat throw.
There it is.
My guy.
I apologize in advance for George, who says Pax was in the box.
Oh, come on.
And I heard redacted, he who should not be named, bald-headed menace, was wearing the Benny the Bull costume. Happy holidays,
oh my
boys.
goodness. How dare you, George?
Oh.
We already covered how cranky it made me to see Lex Luthor in the owner's box tonight.
And it made him
And
definitely
then you
cranky.
throw the ball-headed menace on top of that?
Yes.
Maybe that explains why you're not that impressed with the new Benny, though, Dave.
Because
Maybe he's
he got some of those vibes.
Maybe he's moonlighting.
That makes sense.
In addition to his assistant coaching job with the Pacers. Pacers, what are you doing? Fire that idiot already.
You know who's not moonlighting, though?
Will they go Gottlieb?
That's it.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on the Go Talk Hotline.
That's him.
It's our buddy Will the Go Gottlieb from the United Center. Follow him on Twitter. Will_Gottlieb.
Are those new
Will,
glasses?
Bulls, second night of a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights. Team that's been playing well and tonight looked fatigued. We were discussing before you joined us how tonight just looked like one of those games where you're tired, you're not shooting well, but you insist on finding a way to win against an inferior opponent, and Coby and DeMar kind of took those reins in the fourth quarter of an ugly game and brought it home. Is that pretty much what you saw tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, these 3 and 4, I mean, the Bulls have just played so many games, I think more than almost every other team in the league. And they're down a couple of guys. Crusoe's missed time. Kobe's playing a ton of minutes. DeMar's playing a ton of minutes. Obviously no Torrey Craig now. So the workload has been really high for a lot of these guys. And you have to credit them, because I think this is one of those games that last year would have been a total trap game, like a young upstart team that moves the ball, that gets up and down, that shoots a lot of threes, that can really mess with them. But now they are that team. They're the team that's coming out and running in transition, moving the ball, getting easy baskets at the rim. And even though the three ball wasn't really working for them, I think they were 2 of 22 heading into the fourth quarter. They kind of got hot there and took over at the end as they should have with the experience and the width they're playing. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it was anything like groundbreaking or different other than, to me, they kind of found a different way to win on a night where, the 3-point shooting wasn't really working for them. They didn't really get to the foul line. They were still able to grind out a win. And I think that's a really important quality to have for a team that's like still trying to kind of find themselves. I mean, they've only been this version of themselves for 11 games. And I think this is an important thing that they can build on.
Well, Patrick Williams, another good game for him, the 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, the steal, and the block. And just doing it on both sides of the ball, like, it just seems something different about him. Like, there's a definite confidence, and we see a lot of DeMar coming out in his mid-range game when he's taking those shots. Is there something that you've seen that you can put your finger on that can tell us why this change is really occurring for him?
Yeah, I think it's a comfort thing. He feels probably a lot more secure in his role right now. And I think a lot of people are going to point to Zach not being out there. And obviously there's some truth to that. Like, they were not moving the ball as well. They just weren't. But I think that this is something that Vooch said to me the other day, and I think it makes a lot of sense when you apply it to somebody like Patrick, which is that, like, when the ball keeps moving, when players are moving, there's cutting and they're getting up and down, like, you don't want to be the guy that doesn't do that. And so when everybody's doing that, it's like, it's easier to know, to just like feel through the game where to be next. And so when the ball sticks a lot, it's like, do I stand here? Do I kind of float to a different space on the court? Do I cut? Like, I think it causes a lot of indecision, and that kind of snowballs into like a really stagnated offense. But the same is true the other way, where if they're moving, if the ball is zipping side to side, guys just feel a little bit more comfortable. They're playing in flow, and it's like just a much more, comfortable and normal and just like a just easier brand of basketball to play and to understand. I think for the young guys especially, that's been a hard thing to kind of fit in around guys that really need the ball, but also in a version of basketball that's very stagnant. And now that they're able to kind of share the wealth a little bit more, to move up and down and do all that stuff that we've been talking about, I think it's just like easier for their natural basketball sensibilities to like come into play. It's like, okay, I can cut right now. I can come off a screen right now, and then I can shoot when I have the ball and I'm open. And it sounds like pretty simple, but I think that's really, like, they keep on just saying like, it's just natural. It's like, it came naturally to us. And it's like, well, why didn't that come naturally to you before in the first 19 games of the season? But I think that just this flip has switched where they're making the game easier on themselves, and then the game becomes easier for them. And as those two things kind of compound, it's just like, I think this is what you're starting to see. So yeah, Patrick, 7 of 11, I think he had like 18 points, missed a dunk. So, I mean, he could have even been better. But yeah, he looks like a totally different version of himself.
Will, I'm going to use a comment from one of our viewers as a jumping off point for this next one, as we're talking about Pat and the game he had tonight. Tim said, I don't like the idea of Pat inheriting DeMar's mid-range tendency. I want Pat to attack the rim more and get to the foul line. For any of our viewers or listeners who missed it, go find the video that our guy Will here put up on Twitter earlier today of a side-by-side shot from 2 possessions in their win last night against the Lakers. DeMar, mid-range, spin, step back, tough, bucket. Next possession down, Patrick Williams in the same space on the floor doing the same thing. I think, Will, you captioned it like the acorn doesn't fall far from the oak. And we know that Pat has been working with DeMar as a veteran teammate / mentor. We've seen Pat knocking down his threes confidently. We see last night, tonight, Pat confidently knocking down shots in the mid-range, like we have come to expect from DeMar. We saw a mixed bag of results from Pat around the rim in the interior, that 0 to 3 feet kind of space in tonight's game. What do you make of this DeMar-Pat mentor-mentee relationship in how it translates to Pat's offensive evolution?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot there. For one, DeMar is just like the best veteran that you could possibly want. I was actually just talking with Keldon Johnson, who plays for the Spurs and played with DeMar for his first 2 seasons there. and, just kind of looking into doing a story that will come out at some point in the future. But he was really talking about having that same sort of special bond with DeMar, who was his vet and kind of helped just like help him get comfortable in the league, teaching him things, working with him, being that veteran for him. And I think DeMar just like really places a lot of emphasis on that. And clearly that's the case with Patrick, with Dalen, with Ayo. Like, you see him just being that vet for guys, and you see it in the locker room, you see it on the sideline, during games. And I wrote a whole story about it last year before the All-Star break about that sort of presence and that relationship from Patrick and Dalen's perspective. So I think there's a lot there, and it goes to show that, it's not just about those guys. Like, he's done it, I think, for the past several years. But as far as like the way that Patrick is playing and sort of mimicking a lot of what he does, I mean, to me, Patrick was sort of a mid-range scorer from day one in the league. I think that's where he feels most comfortable. Like, he was taking those kind of shots as a rookie before DeMar was even on the team. So I think he's, kind of honed his skills a little bit and like kind of learned some of the same things from DeMar that make DeMar great. But he's also a much better volume three-point shooter. I think he really needs to work on getting to the basket and getting fouls. I totally agree with that point. And I think that's really the next step for him to go beyond just like whether or not he's got the ball going through the hoop on any given night. But yeah, I mean, I think what makes Patrick interesting to me is that I think he has some really high level role player skills that clearly help him impact the game right now. I mean, he's playing great defense. He can shoot the ball. But there's also, I think, some untapped upside for him as far as being able to score for himself. And, there's becoming like a little bit more room for him to be able to do that now. And I think it's great. I mean, being a 3-level scorer is not a bad thing. It's just about being rounded enough to be able to get all the way downhill when he needs to. And that's been, that's the thing he's needed to work on since training camp and beyond. So it's definitely on his mind. He's talked about it with me a bunch, as far as that being like the next step for him. But I don't think that means you like take away some of the other stuff that he's done well and that he feels comfortable doing.
Oh, real quickly, Will, want to ask you about Andre Drummond. Had a great game, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 steals. Talk to me about his game tonight, and actually his game these past few games, because it feels like he's kind of, hitting a nice rhythm. It reminds me of when he first got here before he hurt his shoulder, and that rhythm he was kind of in, including the free throw shooting. Talk to me about Andre Drummond's game and why that rhythm is like it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, I think, really found his role that works well for him. 19 minutes tonight, and Billy played him extended minutes in, I think, the second quarter and the fourth quarter. So a little bit more than usual, but just the way that he's able to defend the ball, had 5 steals tonight. He's just got active hands. They switch a little bit 1 through 5 when he's out there. He rebounds the hell out of the ball. He put Wemby in the basket at one point, just like bodied him and dunked on him. So, I mean, I just think like, and Billy kind of talked about this pregame, like a lot of people think that, with centers in the league now, you have to be able to shoot the 3, you have to be this unicorn 5, but Billy said there's still a place for guys like Andre who can dive to the basket and create spacing that way and can finish around the rim and create plays and just be a menace on the glass, which is something that the Bulls have really hung their hat on this year. So I think he's feeling really comfortable in his role, and I think Billy is feeling really comfortable utilizing him in that way. So it's great to see just that sort of consistency. I mean, for all of the talk about this team all year, it's always been, we know we can do it. We just need to be able to do it consistently. And I feel like Drummond has been one of the more steady contributors from day one.
Speaking of Drummond, I think it's time we award our Goon of the Night, gentlemen.
Goon of the Night!
To be the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man. Woo!
Brought to you by Empire Today. All they do is floors, no matter what. 588-2300. Joey!
Empire
Today.
Not bad.
Not
bad,
at all.
Joe.
He's getting there. We'll go Gottlieb, sir. Who is your Goon of the Night?
I'm going with Coby. He did not play super well for the first 3 quarters, but scored 12 points in the fourth quarter, and in a lot of ways, I think sealed the game for the Bulls. He also attacked Wemby at the rim a couple of times, and I just thought that showed a lot of just bravery and courage to be able to go up and try to finish over him. He said that at one point he kind of hooked his arm or something and may have normally gotten called for a foul, but he got away with it. So just the way Coby's playing in general, being the guy that really steps up in the fourth quarter and being unafraid to challenge a guy like Wemby at the rim. I'm going with Coby.
I like that.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Peck, sir, you're good of the night.
I got to go Drummond.
Ooh.
I mean, your backup center had 5 steals.
He did.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He did.
Andre Drummond is a Jekyll and Hyde terror roller coaster ride. Tonight, it was awesome.
It was
5
fun.
steals. That's goon shit.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. Young Spathis, you're goon tonight, sir.
When Patrick Williams dunks and it involves a little shake and bake, come here, that gave me the Goon Award just by itself.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of those
He almost had 2 of them tonight.
high arcing turnarounds, like those middies, it's coming together. It's that's my Goon, Patrick Williams.
Excited him so. Well, Goon of the night goes to Javon Carter.
Oh!
Javon Carter. You all have forgotten the Goondom that was going on. Yes, you remember now, don't you? The ridiculousness that was going on with my man, Javon Carter. He took 2 one-handed shots on multiple people. You saw him do it. Every time he was down the floor, Matt, I'm trying to shoot these threes every single time. He had a really awesome pass, though,
He did.
in his game as well. But my goodness, he was out of control early and often. It was goon-tastic watching Javon Carter do his thing out there. Go back and watch the tape, y'all. Matt remembers. That is why he's excited. I'm telling y'all, Javon Carter deserved and earned Goon of the Night. This is to you, sir. Shout out to
He
Maywood.
also, every time he gets his hands on the basketball, regardless of where he is on the floor,
Yes.
he looks towards the rim to see if he can shoot from wherever he is.
Yes.
It is hilarious.
It is hilarious. As soon as he
and
gets
he
it.
thinks about it.
Oh, the play where he got it and he comes
Oh,
down
dude.
and he was really about to pull up, but he realized there was somebody standing there and he was like,
He
ah.
shows, he has no poker face in
Nope.
those moments of self-restraint.
Nope.
When he is 98.5% sure that he's about to jack it.
Yes.
And then it's like, wait, it's a terrible idea for me to shoot this.
Yes,
and then does
yes.
it.
I see a lot of people say because you wanted Andre Drummond. I understand. Andre Drummond, doesn't he lead right now, Joey, as far as Goon of the Nights?
Actually, I think Torrey Craig.
I believe Drummond is the only. Yeah, Drummond has 2 full ones. So yes. Yeah, and Torrey Craig has 1.5.
Okay, yeah.
He's
It's
leading.
a tight race.
It's a tight race, man. But this is what the Goondom does. Oh, I love the vibes people give it. And people look forward to. People literally DM me about Goon of the Night. They're like, dude, it's got to be this guy, right? Like, I haven't talked to you in months. Who's this person?
You got to give the people what they want.
I give it to them what they want, man. But thank y'all, man. Goon of the Night.
Speaking of what the
Let's
people
do it
want,
again.
they want the unmatched, impeccable writing covering the Bulls from our guy, Will Gottlieb. Read it, allchgo.com. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. By the way, Will, our guy Ben Dean, shout out to Ben Dean in the comments,
Shout out.
is requesting that he hears you sing the Empire jingle at the United Center at some point this season. What are the odds on that happening?
Odds aren't great, boys.
Odds are great. Let's talk to some people. Let's see if we get something in the works. We got to give the people what they want.
I'll put a word in, but no promises.
Okay, cool. Everybody, Will is at Will_Gottlieb. Read all that guy's great writing for us, allchgo.com.
Yes.
Will, the homestand continues. That means we will talk to you on Saturday, sir, when the Bulls play the Cavs. You take care.
Talk to you guys later.
Peace.
The GOAT. Coiffed as always. Tonight's show, one more quick shout out, brought to you by our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. Guys, we're so close to the NFL playoffs. Like, so close.
Right there.
NFL fans, it's time to unwrap nonstop football action.
Yes.
This holiday season, throw down on big matchups with DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the NFL. This week, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL and NFL game and score 150 instantly in bonus bets. Download that DraftKings Sportsbook app now with that promo code CHGO. Again, that's $5 down on any NFL action this weekend. And this is when we get towards the end of NFL regular season, we get Saturday and Sunday NFL football.
True.
God, I love it. More opportunities
Saturday football is the best.
to bet and win, dude.
Yes. Saturday football is the best.
Got a little appetizer tonight. Thursday night football.
That's right. Little tease.
Nepotism.
Little nepotism.
Download that app. Use that promo code CHGO to take advantage of that awesome offer. $5 down on any NFL action this weekend to score 150 in bonus bets, regardless of whether or not that bet wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code CHGO. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net.
Let's go.
Joey, a couple more super chats to wrap up.
Yeah, we will get through these here. Here we go. AK says, Bulls team finally is instituting a system where even without Craig, we continue to play to a system. Next man up. That is quality of what separates good teams from so-so teams. Remind me of the Lonzo Bulls team in the early days.
True. And we legit saw next man up tonight because we saw Julian and Dalen check in together midway through the first quarter. And we also saw Dalen and Julian with Coby, Ayo, and Drummond in a everybody but Coby bench unit.
Right.
With no DeMar on the floor and no Vooch on the floor. Those minutes didn't go great tonight, but I'm glad that Billy gave it a look. And I honestly want to see Billy continue to give it a look.
Because going forward, you're going to need those guys, man.
Young
gonna
guy.
need them guys.
The British kid says,
British kid.
what if Zach sat out not to be traded, but so the young guys can develop? LOL. He comes back and cooks with the rest of the team. JK, bye, Zach.
I love that it was just a big joke.
Wow.
And you didn't actually mean it. Because at first second, I was like, no.
He didn't believe it at all. He said, no.
Also, the Pat Will believers would have a heart attack if this greater opportunity for him is taken away.
Yeah, you're right. They would. They'd be upset. But we ain't got to think about it for a while. We're going to keep playing this and go on to the next game and try to get this.
I don't care who scores, wins or wins.
Win is winning, man.
Last but not least, AK, there is a scenario where Zach is not traded and is reinserted in the lineup. Coby takes Lonzo's role where Zach is flying around, maybe on the horizon.
I mean,
it's a scenario where he's not traded, sure.
We've heard that report that it's not a sure thing that they're going to find a trade for him. And they may not, because the market for him, at least as of right now, is not great.
Pretty much the Lakers.
Yeah. They clearly need him.
Yeah.
They've lost 4 of their last 5 games.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that right now.
Yeah.
Because honestly, for the first time this season, I don't hate myself when I watch a Bulls game for 2.5 hours. I don't want to think about what happens if and when Zach LaVine comes back into this. No. Let me just
keep your mind on your nieces, man.
Let me enjoy my ankle in the pool, okay?
Quit trying to push them in.
I got 3 fluffy towels on standby.
For your ankle?
Yes.
Man, look, you don't get 3 towels if you're not getting in the pool. Towels are reserved for people in the pool, sir. Absolutely not. Get this man a washcloth for his ankle.
P. Will asking, Matt, are you hoping the Bulls make the playoffs now? Talk to me on February 8th. How about that?
And this is why he don't get no towels.
How about that? We are out of time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out if you haven't done it yet.
Yes.
It helps us out a lot. We appreciate it. So does Joey. He needs them. He wants them. Make sure you follow our guy Will the Goat, Will_Gottlieb. Big Dave is a bow, BWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. CHGO_Bulls is our team handle. Our pal producer, Joey Spathis, is at Joey Spathis, son of George and Lisa. Bulls are off tomorrow. We are off tomorrow.
Yes.
Everybody have a great start to your weekend. We are back Saturday for Bulls Cavs, going for another 4-game win streak.
Oh, I'm with it.
We'll see.
Let's see.
We'll see what happens. Have a
We'll
great
be
start to
here
your
for
weekend. We'll talk to you Saturday.
Yeah.
EJ and Rory, Uncle Matt. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy holidays, y'all. See Red be good.
Peace and love.
Uncle Matt is coming.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We all silly like the